Hello, everybody. How you guys doing? CB Blood XX21. What's going on, man? I remember you. It is no problem if you miss some streams. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. I don't expect people to come into my streams, so I'm just happy you're here to chill. My Drawl, how you doing? My Drawly. Do you pronounce your name My Drawly or My Drawl? Or is it something else that's crazy? Drawly sounds weird. I've spent so long calling you My Drawl. Alright. So today we are working on kind of continuing on what we kind of started on Sunday, but we're working on Horus Heresy stuff. And it's these lovely little solar Auxilia guys. So I have 20 something of these to paint that I'm currently working through. My Drawl. I is just because the other spelling was taken. Okay, okay, cool. My draw. Yes, I had it right. Um, this is one of the finished minis. This was my test mini here. I think there's a few things I'm doing just slightly different, but that's I don't think it'll show up too much in the end product here. But yeah, this is the end result. So we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in to painting these guys. I am doing great. Yeah, how are you guys? It is Wednesday, right? Yeah, it's Wednesday. I have some things to do after stream. I had to mow the grass after stream, which is super lame, but this needs to happen. It finally cooled down some, and I haven't mowed my grass in like a month, so I have some weeds that have grown quite long, so I need to worry about that. They called you at 8:04 a.m. Oh, that sucks. It's too bad. What's going on, Gosu? Yeah, I got a push mower. Yeah, that's what I'm telling myself. I'm gonna use the opportunity as an excuse to get up and move. So that's what we're doing. And someone sent me something too. Sent me a package. So I need to go to the post office and pick that up. I'm pretty excited to see what's going on. But yeah, all in all, good day. So far, I mean, it's still morning. I haven't been up that long. So, making dinner last night. And I wanted to grill some hamburgers. So, okay, Zen, I'm glad you're here. This is relevant for you. What's going on, Zen? Informer, how you guys doing? So, my wife and I went to this butcher. We bought a ton of meat from this butcher. It's a legit butcher. It's like crazy, like old school, like butcher place. So we bought ground beef, and they have these packages of just fresh ground beef they put out every morning. It's like 10 pounds of ground beef. And we were like, cool, we'll just grab this. We'll separate it out, and we'll just eat it. As we come up with meals and stuff, planning ahead, that whole thing. It was really cheap for how much ground beef you get and everything, so it was good. Lost in a forest. Okay, yeah, you're gonna become the forest creature, I think. One of these days you're gonna get lost in the forest and we're never gonna hear from you again. One thing that grills my brain, yeah. So, been trying to come up with meal ideas for all this different stuff. So we decided to grill some hamburgers with this ground beef. And cool, no problem. It's really like the ground beef just looks incredible. I realized though, I made something else with it in the skillet, and I realized the ground beef is pretty fatty. I was like, you know what? Like these things might shrink down a bit, but it's okay. Because we'll just make them bigger, and then it'll end up, a lot of that fat will cook out anyway. It'll be fine. Was it just me, or do you love but hate painting? I'm stuck on what to do on this mini I'm painting. Yeah. Painting is an interesting thing. I didn't enjoy painting for a long time, but it's like the end result would like get me to paint, right? I've definitely enjoy it a lot more now, since it's something I guess I do a lot more, and I get to, I guess I'm a lot better at it too, so it helps you like definitely feel better about doing the whole thing. I understand. Yeah, if there's something you need help with, by all means, post a picture in the Discord or ask about it or something. Yeah, it's hate side if it's biker dwarves, yeah. Anyway, so made some hamburger patties. Alright. Form little patties. Put them on the grill, and almost immediately the entire inside of my grill is on fire. The hamburger meat was so fatty, it just like immediately just started like dripping all this fat. Yeah, it was way too fatty. So So the whole thing was on fire. I was like, okay. And I was like, well, let's turn the temperature down and see if that helps. Didn't help. Fire got bigger. I was like, okay, well, let's turn the heat off for a couple minutes. And I don't know if I don't know if it was like 50-50. I don't think it was 50-50. It may have been like some kind of crazy ratio. But I turned the heat off, and the fire kept going. It took a solid like 5 or so minutes for that fire to go down in my grill. Yep, and so we had charbroiled burgers. Yeah, yep. The burgers were cooked through though. It was amazing. Yeah. So Zen, if you go to that butcher and you get the giant package of ground beef. Whoa, Don Chulovit. Thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate that. Welcome. Yeah, I need to get the grilling patties. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of ground beef. So, yeah, don't grill that. But yeah, so that was fun. Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, just like fresh ground beef is incredible. It is like a whole unique thing. Posted on Discord. Let's see. Paint yourself in paper. That's what we do, Don. I appreciate it, man. I really do. And your help and your support is very much appreciated. Okay, what's your question, Blood? I see this orc. You got the skin on him painted. Got his hands and his neck. I like that. That is that contrast. What color is that for his skin? Yeah. So we had some burnt hamburgers for dinner. Oh man, I've never burnt food so bad on my grill, and if painting's on a hamburger and he's like, "This is the best hamburger ever," I was like, "Man, you're so nice, kid." His little like hockey puck of meat that shrunk down a bunch though. Yeah. It ended up being like maybe like 7 or so different patties. They weren't all like the perfectly the same size and everything. I was just eyeballing it. Yeah, that beef has to be some kind of crazy ratio though. Yeah, 70-30 at the very least, yeah. Part of me didn't care because I was super hungry though, so I dealt with it. Ate 2.5 hamburger patties, so yeah. Sector X's DACA jet is incredible. I agree. Not sure how to do this last pistol, so we're gonna pick out a couple. We might just make it all metal. We'll see. Gut rip of flesh. Okay. Excuse me. So, Blood, what exactly is your dilemma? Because I noticed it looks like you started on his skin. The skin you've painted looks really good. I think that color is perfect. But it looks like you need to finish painting his skin. He's got hands and the back of his neck. And he might, yeah. He might have some exposed chest under the straps there, like in between the straps on his chest, like the webbing or whatever. I was curious, like what What you need. That's all right. Hey, that happens, dude. If you stick around in this stream long enough, probably today, you will see me forgetting to paint pieces on minis, because that's part of it. Especially when it's your first time painting a particular mini. There are always little nuances and stuff. He might also have like holes in his pants too. I remember some of those Orc Commandos had holes in their pants. Yeah. Just remember, there's no way you can paint a mini as bad as I burned hamburgers last night on the grill. So. Yeah, it's an Orc Commando. You should be able to find it on the Games Workshop website. Just gamesworkshop.com. If you look up the Orc Commandos, either in the Kill Team section or in 40K. It might be in both. Hey, Oberion's the overachiever. Goes back to old minis. I rarely, very, very rarely do that. When I'm done with a mini, I don't want to put paint on it again. But yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do, yeah, GW website's the best for that, for reference photos, especially since a lot of what they have, you can find like 360 views of minis. Again, the Orc Commandos are weird because they're all very unique, each like sculpt in the squad. So at some point, you're gonna have to just spend some time, look at the mini, kind of wing it. You're gonna have to like rely on you know, the previous references or whatever, and you won't be able to get that with every angle on everything. But there should be a good amount there. Just looking at finding new detail. Oh yeah, I get it, Oberion. Yeah. Of a death skull color. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, death skulls are like are they like the like white and black kind of color scheme? I'm not totally familiar with different orc clans that well. I don't paint a lot of orc mini. The base units, yeah. Like that's enough. I saw my Warhammer Fantasy Skeletons. I was waiting on getting Noosh in to do the verdigris on their shields, and I still haven't done that. It's like such a hard like a thing to overcome, to like make the decision to go back and put paint on minis that are quote unquote done. Excuse me. Not a lot going on in this color. This is caramel brown by Pro Acryl. Just about everything on these minis is Pro Acryl. A couple little colors that aren't, but caramel brown. Yep. Or is it caramel brown? What do we call it? Oh no, not the paint spill. Zen, I tried the that King with a shotgun, or Shotgun King, or whatever it was. That game, that was all right. It was pretty good. I only tried the demo, so I'm sure there's more than just the demo, but. It's like a weird mix between like shooter and like turn-based strategy. Hey, John Locke, what's going on, man? Permanent buffs. Yeah, it's not like I don't know. I didn't get like a. Do you get stuff if you win a run or anything? I don't get the sense that it's actually like a roguelike game. It's just like a simple kind of short form. Watching the Luton video from yesterday? Okay. Which one is that? I don't subscribe to Luton, so I don't know what he's posting these days. Yeah, turn 12 is the last one. There's a boss. It's a giant king. Oh, and Space Marine Librarians. Oh, cool. Alright. I've got to round 6 or 7. That's as far as I've got. But I tried it for last night. I wish there was... yeah, I feel like there's a lot they could do with it. I know it kind of goes against their style, but it'd be cool if you could get more than one piece. Like just getting your own pawns and stuff to like stop up the enemy and everything. That would be really neat. Hopefully restart my relationship with painting. What is that? Yeah. Yeah, the like setbacks you get are really brutal in that game. I no longer really enjoy it. That's fair. Work in the house a bit after it's done. Do some painting. Yeah, nice. Alright. You got no more? Did it all leave? So here's what I'll tell you, Blood. First of all, that really sucks. I'm sorry. I'm mourning with you. That is kind of a rite of passage with miniature painters, is to spill your paint, especially those contrast paints are the worst. One thing I do is I keep like a pipette. You're familiar with pipettes. I have a pipette near me at all times, like in my work desk. I have a bunch of them around, but if I were to ever spill a liquid paint like that, if you take your time with the pipette, you can soak it up with the pipette and just pipe it right back into the bottle, and you'll get maybe 85-90% of it, which turns a catastrophic loss into a into you know, just a really frustrating experience. Or you can just drink it, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, if it's all out, like that really sucks. Like I said, that happens to everybody. I have spills on this mat that are hidden from years of other hobby mistakes to cover it up. Caramel brown tastes like caramel. Okay. Caramel brown tastes like caramel. Is that what you're saying? Skin on him? Not on the rest, yeah. Sorry about that, man. That sucks. Is putting F's in chat still a thing? F's in chat for the gut rip flesh for blood. F. Okay, there we go. Yeah, all right. Gone but not forgotten. F'd in chat. Hold on. Okay. It's old people ruining the memes. The sign to stop for today. It might be. Or move on to the next color on that orc. No harm in painting one mini on its own, especially if it's your first one. Getting an idea for the colors for the rest of the squad. First one of the kill team works, yeah. Yeah, I'd say just keep moving through the guy, but I guess I'm always going to vote for continuing to paint. Comes to other people. Discord. Oh, thanks. Get out of here. Get out of here, Loki. And Final Fantasy IV. See, I'd have no idea what that is. I've never played a Final Fantasy game. Okay, 7 more rifles to go, and we'll move on to the next color. Friday. Zen, I did mean to tell you, I found out last night. No, I can't hang out on Friday. Not allowed. No, I'm busy. I have plans already. I forgot about. That's fair. Yeah, you are getting out of the house, so you're good. Right? We'll chill next week. We will. I lied to your face. Yeah, I absolutely just lied to him. Just wanted to get his hopes up so I could shatter him the next day. Yeah, what's wrong with those plans? You gotta plan that stuff out when you have kids. We watched the new Bumblebee, the newer Bumblebee movie, like 2018 movie, as a family. Ain't someone watch something Transformers. I was like, let's not watch the Michael Bay ones. Let's watch the newer ones. So we watched it. It was pretty good. I don't know if I've ever seen a movie with John Cena. Is he always that bad of an actor? He was just like cringeworthy and embarrassing to watch. Like that was rough. I don't know if it was like the writing for his character or he's just John Cena, yeah. But it's like John Cena role playing as a soldier. Rise of the Beast was real bad. Oh, we're gonna watch that next. I was looking forward to that one. Working on 2. Sent the other one on Discord. Okay. Be honest. Okay. Oh no. How will you know if I'm being honest or not? John Cena's that terrible. It is terrible. That's unfortunate. It's like that guy had the opening scene of the movie, and it, like, I don't know, the Transformers stuff was cool, but well, I guarantee you, I'm gonna get past the first 30 minutes. My kid loves Transformers and does not care for poor acting. Maybe we should just skip the first 30 minutes of the movie. Check your mini in just a minute, Blood. That's what I would do sometimes, reading Lord of the Rings. Skip basically until they got to Weathertop. Because it meanders for a while. And I already know how the story goes. Alright, let's see. Yeah, progress is looking good on the first. Let's see, there's that guy. Guy's not a kill team guy. My recommendation is when you get all the base colors on them, so you put all those colors, pull out a brown wash like Agrax Earthshade, and don't like dip the mini in this stuff. Don't put it on super heavy, but just put a brown wash over the whole mini. What it's gonna do is it's gonna like grime everything up. It'll catch those shadows that some of the flat colors didn't catch, and it'll darken a lot of those colors. It does a lot of things that you kind of want the end result for an orc to be, in my mind at least. But yeah, just an all over brown wash. What you do is you put the brown wash in the mini and then you watch it for a few minutes, and you'll see where it starts to pool, maybe at the bottom of the feet or in certain like I don't know, crevices or places where like liquid would naturally pool, and you just kind of soak it up with your brush, and move it or something just to prevent those big pools of wash. But yeah. Hey Snooty, how you doing? I skipped the opening of the Fellowship novel. No, not the movie, just the novel. When I read it, I haven't read Lord of the Rings a whole lot. I read it to my son a couple years ago. We read through the whole trilogy. I did not skip anything then, but through the years when I've read it, I'll skip through some of this stuff. All right. Yeah, the Tom Bombadil stuff. Oh man, the worst chapter in Lord of the Rings trilogy is Treebeard. I think I skipped that chapter with my son too. Like, I couldn't bear reading a 30-page chapter of a tree talking slowly and saying poems. I couldn't do it. Way too much. Hey, Ponator, what's up? that's a take. Yeah, the Tom Bombadil stuff is super boring too. Like the Barrow White stuff is pretty neat, but otherwise, like I don't care for a lot of that either. So this was weird and had an even weirder post-credit scene. Really? Okay. Yeah, I understand, Blood. I understand. You told me I know you said that was your first mini for the kill team, and I figured it was the army. Something in my brain was just expecting to see a kill team mini. And I was trying to think of, like, I saw that mini and I was like, where? I was like, what mini is that? Like, I've painted this set like 3 times. I don't remember that mini. It's because it's not a kill team mini. It will be a lot. See the original. Yeah, there are a lot of like the original designs, which was cool. Oh man, yeah, the Treebeard chapter is hard to read. Still working. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, it definitely looks like it's work in progress. That's cool. Getting that's right, because there is the second guy. Yeah. Oh good. It's not a race. Sure. What will be the impact of simpler robot designs and transformations? Yeah. You know what the Michael Bay Transformers movies had though? They had Hugo Weaving, so that's cool. They also had Marky Mark yelling he's an inventor through an entire movie, which was something. Boy, Hugo, yeah. Last one here for this color. Regardless what I get done on these guys, I'll be starting on the Tau tomorrow. I just want an excuse to sit down for a few hours and paint these. Have a stroke at the end there, what? Transformer. It's fine. I read it like a normal person, so. Well, Painting Son loved that movie, so we'll be watching Rise of the Beast here very soon. Cool. Caramel brown complete. Let's get out my next color. Finish mini, nice. Oh yeah, looks good. The checkerboard pattern and everything. Red's a nice accent to all the orky technology and stuff. Nicely done, man. Next color, we're getting out some white gold. This is the color. You can see that. Okay, I wasn't sure if that was actually in the screen or not. This will take us a couple minutes. This is going everywhere where red will be. Yeah, the evil sons, yeah. Those are the speed freaks, right? Sons. So, just as a refresher, here's our mini. All of this stuff that'll be red will be getting painted in white gold. So let's start. I'm thinking break this down. See how long one of these takes on this color. Definitely the color that takes the longest. It's in the red that follows it. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, thank you for sharing your work, Blood. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry your tragedy struck. Your bottle spilled. Hopefully, you can get a new bottle soon, or you can figure out what you need to do and get right back at it. And I'll be here tomorrow if you will come and chill and paint and everything. Chat while you're doing it. Joe from Minnesota, how you doing? Listening at work. Hope your work day is going well. So, question about the Solar Auxilia. This guy has a canteen on his belt. Very cool detail. Soldiers need to drink water, right? Like that's pretty standard. However, his suit of armor is it's a void suit. It's sealed, so he can fight in space. So it makes me wonder, why does he have a canteen outside of his armor? Solar Aux are multi-part. The torso and legs go together as like with like no posability. But all the arms are interchangeable between them, the slight different arm positions. And anybody can have like the sergeant equipment and stuff. So you're basically at different leg positions. And then that's it. Finally cool and tolerable, yeah. Color, yeah. No, you're exactly right. Blood, yeah. Got it. You gotta start with the color that's the most common one, and green seems to be one that goes up a lot, so. Yeah, Pona, I was talking about how my family watched the Bumblebee movie. Finished it last night. No, it was pretty good. But But we're definitely watching the Rise of the Beast movie next. Because Painting Son loves Transformers. That Bumblebee movie wasn't awful, so... Solid fight for Mono's Inchless, though. Oh, nice. Games live. Third game in today's stream. Best Necron player in the world versus best Eldar player in the world. Holy cow, okay. I'll have to watch that sometime. I haven't caught a War Games live stream in a while. I kind of feel like going to that RTT that we went to kind of like knocked the wind out of my sails for 40K for a bit. Like, I am enjoying getting into some other stuff and painting other stuff, and like I was painting a lot of things to kind of prep for that tournament and everything, and just kind of like, I'm ready to try something else for a little while. All right, we got this gold fax. Yeah. Like, I love painting that Terrorgeist. Oh no, that sucks then, yeah. Well, you won your game last night though, right? Or yesterday. That does it. That's all the red on him. Okay. We start with this white gold. And the little pouches and stuff. This guy didn't have pouches, but I guess the pouches I'll have to find a color to paint. Broke the streak. That's good. The Solar Auxilia are really cool. Paint-wise, they're not too complicated. I think I probably chose a color scheme that'll take a little longer than like your like normal color schemes. But I don't think they're too bad as minis go. They paint slower than my Space Marines. We'll get there. I'm excited to have them painted. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I am, really excited to paint them, and I'll probably have to put them on the board when they're done. And I'll probably get more. I'll probably just slowly buy like a box set at a time, and paint up more Auxilia as I go. I'm not like in a big rush. We'll play Make That 7 Gs. Painting for 3 years. I've yet to paint any Warhammer. Painting a zombie army for Frostgrave. That's awesome. What zombie minis are you using for Frostgrave? I know a lot of people that play Frostgrave, or that have played Frostgrave. I've never played it myself, but it always looked really interesting. Oh, STL miniatures. Where are you getting STL zombies, dude? You gotta share now, because I remember looking for zombie STLs a year or two ago, and they were like impossible to find. It was impossible to find like decent zombies. For the Frost CD game. Okay. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's really cool, though. So friendly. I hooked him up with a totally legally distinct Papadon the spoiler. Oh yeah, yeah. That Foxbite link. Guys, yeah, Foxbite has their own website now. I think he says he's trying to move away from Amazon, which makes sense because I think Amazon, charges big fees and stuff. But if you use my link, which is currently in the Discord, Zen might be making a link right now, but if you use my link, it automatically gives you 10% off your order. And it seems like it's every purchase. You don't have to enter the coupon code. It shows you at checkout the 10% off. I verified it and made sure. Because I actually had a moment where he sent me the link and he's like, yeah, here you go. He's like, got a link and everything. I was like, oh, sweet. So I was checking it out and I was like, okay, where's the coupon? Is it something I type in? And like, it wasn't working. And I was like, hey, like, does this coupon thing work? And he's like, yeah, it's supposed to go live at like 3 p.m. But I'll just make it live for you now. I was like, cool. So we got early access too, even though that was 2 days ago, but still. Very cool of them. Very cool brushes. Tiny fingers, so use strong resin. Okay, good to know. Hey, but you know what though? With zombies, thank you for the link though. Check these out in a minute. The thing about zombies is their fingers break. Doesn't matter, right? Oh yeah, those are pretty good zombies, yeah. Let's see these. There's some wide stances for zombies. Like a necromancer guy. Are one of the factions you get like a necromancer that raises like an undead army? That's incredible. How, okay, so you got to break this down for me because, Don, I'm a huge fan of like fantasy undead and like necromancers and stuff. Is it like you literally swamp your opponent in like undead bodies? Or is it more like you get like 2 or 3 extra models in the game? And what's like a normal size game? It's been a long time since I've seen anything with Frostgrave. Any idea? How does it play? Write out the paragraphs for me, please. Yeah, it's not YT. Yeah, it's IT. Comes out of your pays in. Sorry, that's how it has to be. All right, got that one done. Sweet. This doesn't take too long. Bring forth 5 max. Okay, and that's like on top of your normal army. Is that what it is? Normal group. I know it's armies. It's like a skirmish. There we go. Sweet. Thanks, Ed. Wizard, 1 apprentice, 8 others. Alright. Man, has anyone played Death Wizards? That game looks like fun. Made by Vincey V and Uncle Adam. Played 3 games and put it down. Really? Wait, I put 3... Wait, what? Where does the of go in that sentence? Inflated threats. Okay. Yeah. The tabletop minions and Vince, yeah. Never played Rain in Hell. Yeah, that game didn't seem quite as interesting to me, but again, being a fan of fantasy undead and stuff, a whole game where you just have different kinds of necromancers battling it out sounds great. Are you playing in a Frostgrave campaign? Because that game plays in a campaign, right? Where like things level up and all that, and like you expand. Okay, my draw. I got it. Yeah. All right. So you like it? Cool. Oh, cool. Play with your wife. I'm jealous, guys. Everybody else's wives play mini games with them. That painting wife said she's gonna get into Heroes of Might and Magic, tabletop war game. Whenever that happens. One os for now. Okay. I've heard the game rules itself play a lot like Middle-earth strategy battle game. And that was one of the reasons I think a lot of people I knew played it. You're making her paint the terrain? Gee. Oh, your models are actually, they're for Death Wizard. That's cool. You know, as far as, oh, with you, okay. You're just like shoving her in the corner, paint the terrain. I am not a huge fan of like the design of Mantic's minis, but their zombies and ghouls are incredible. They're some of the best out there for being, especially like how cheap they are relative to how many minis you get for plastic. Yeah, painting it, that's great. That's nice though. I always like their zombie minis. Those are the ones we painted together, Zen. Those zombie minis. Way back when. Necromancer is from the cast and play set Arcane Orders from June. Okay. Well, Dawn, you seem like someone who knows their way around finding some good STLs. I might write down this cast and play Necromancer because I play Vampire Counts for the Old World. And I need more Necromancer minis, which I think I just have one that just showed up in the mail today. That should be fun to paint. But another thing I need is a Battle Standard Bearer. And it is very hard to find a decent Battle Standard Bearer mini. So like a hero, kind of like skeleton, like a really cool banner, either on horse or on foot. Empire of Dust, $36. Oh, you did the yeah, okay. Nice. You did the army in a box. Super cheap. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's more of a Necromancer Zen would like. There you go. He was talking about the Necromancer from Sovil. He's all about that. The assault, not the full army. Okay. How are the quality of those minis? Do you like them? Are they good? Or you said those are Mantic ones? $36 for all that? Tribes and Patreons. Growing hard drive of shit. I get it. I had to replace my 1 terabyte hard drive with a 4 terabyte with all my 3D prints. I can't remember what game it is. A 6 ter. Yeah, there you go. There's there's someone who makes minis and they sell, it's like an entire army and it's like 30-40 bucks. I can't remember who, like what manufacturer it was, but very good points. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm playing Artisans Guild, right? I'll just straight up write those down in a minute. Yeah, my big thing I haven't been trying too hard. I have a lot to paint anyway, but the big things I want to find are the battle standard bear on foot, or just like a good undead banner that I can put on a mini. A lot of the Warhammer Fantasy undead stuff doesn't have like decent looking banners, or I'm already using them for units, so it would just look weird having the same flag. A second guy in the regiment, but eradicates for 60 or 30 undead for 35. Yeah, that's right, Mydrol. Yeah. Gives you a good reason why GW stopped making Warhammer Fantasy, like a factor in that decision. Because you can't copyright generic fantasy stuff, like Halloween themed creatures, you know, or dwarves. Like you can copyright kangaroo riding weird elves and dwarves with balloons attached to their backs, all that kind of weird stuff. For standalone banners and their weapon sets. Oh, cool. All right, Jet, what's going on, man? How have you been? We're slogging our way through these solar auxilia. One of my big reasons I want to paint these, or I need to paint these soon, is because they're taking up my little paint holders, my miniature holders. These are all my good ones too, my short ones. Those are my prize ones, so I need to get these guys painted so I can use these for other things. I did that on purpose, though, you know. Yeah, this is how I'm going to force myself to use these. If I stick them on here, I'm not going to want to take them off, you know, with like, partially painted minis on them, so it's going to have to do it. Banners, oh yes. All right. Let's see, any good like tattered banner. I'm being like super picky, but I feel like with STLs you have some room to be really picky, even if you're not creating your own stuff, because there's so much out there that eventually you find something that works, right? And that combined with the fact that I could spend 6 hours at a time just going through like Colts or My Mini Factory looking at STLs. Double my morphine dosage. I've got a month off work, so plenty of hobby time. What's oh man, you're right. Hopefully everything's okay. I mean, I hope you're feeling better, but you know, like taking a bunch of morphine's never a sign of good things happening. Sister's model would be great for Sisters of Sigmar. Oh, cool. Okay. Let's take a look at this stuff. That's cool, like little weapon racks and stuff. That's okay. Okay. Ooh, like flame pins and stuff. Yeah, that banner's pretty good. Yeah. It's a little small. I'm curious how that would print up, how that would look printed up. Soulless Vampire 1. Huh. Very nice. Click's not working. Old age, yeah. Alright. Well, sorry to hear that. Like that flail too, that's really cool. Well, thank you, Dawn. That's really neat. I will look more into that. Super cool. Get me some banners sometime soon. I have to finish these minis. I have maybe a tank and a sentinel to paint after these Auxilia, and I might jump back into my my vampire accounts. I have a bunch of blood knights to paint. We have another dragon. I have a zombie dragon with a vampire goes on top to paint. I got Strigoi vampire. I got a couple other characters. Got that cool old school White King on his nightmare on the undead steed, like holding his lance up in the air. Chris Rose, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for the lurk. So I have lots of minis to paint, lots of undead minis to paint. I have a vampire on foot that someone actually sent me. It's like a Warhammer mini. However, it doesn't fit on the base. It's way too wide to rank up with anything, which is really unfortunate because it's a really cool looking mini. I think the only way I could get that mini to rank up is if I put it on a rock that stands taller than normal infantry. Work around the house. Yeah, no problem, John Locke. You have a great one, man. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're able to accomplish what you want. These minis look really boring right now, and they look like this until you get their red on them, which is one of the last like base color stages. Alright. 5 down. Thinking about these town minis I'm going to start tomorrow. I have to do my research on the exact color scheme, but debating whether I'm going to paint everything at once, so all the characters and all the infantry and drones, just go through all those steps at the same time, or if I try to separate it out a little bit. I think I might save Farseer, do on his own, the rest of them together. Sometimes painting these steps seems like a slog. It's gonna take me all day. It's gonna take forever. But this hasn't been too bad. Enjoying painting some Heresy stuff here. Trying to soak up what I can about learning how to paint these minis and all that, so I'm excited to see the end result too. That helps. Really helps. Hey, Olympia's last loyal son, the zombie bunny himself. What's going up? Going up? What's up? What's going on? I saw your this a Scorpius, or was it the Whirlwind? I can't remember which one. Scorpius, right? It's like the Predator hull with the launchers on it. Better in every way than the Whirlwind. Starting a Predator. Trying to set a daily goal of hobby. Nice. There we go. Yeah, Scorpius and the Cataphracti Terminators. Very nice. Look good. I'm really excited to see when you start painting the minis. Everything starts turning out. 1,000 points to build. Do the basing and start painting. Alright, nice. You don't want to go back and forth, that's fair. Get everything done in stages. Makes sense. Get the new mech box, yeah. Nice. Very nice. So that's going to go toward the Imperial Fist and Iron Warriors. Or your league, right? Yeah, cool. Do you have like a Forge World picked out, or is it going to end up with like Imperial Fist-esque colors for the color scheme? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, Loyalist Iron Warriors, sure. Oh, Dantioch, okay. No idea what colors those are. Loyal to the Emperor and made honor brothers with Alexis Pollux. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. So are they're not going to be painted yellow then? Are they going to be painted Iron Warriors? Just be like Loyalists? Or are you going to use are using like just Imperial Fist rules, or how's that work? I guess how are you making it work? I'm sure you can make it work lots of different ways. As if they were bonded with with Pollux's chapter, hybrid of the two Legion colors. Oh, cool. All right. Automaton Alex. Yeah. Yep. Nice. Yeah, there's one of the consoles that just has a like a bodyguard of Castellix. I remember. Okay, cool. It's done. Just cruising through here. It's taking a little bit of time, but alright, hopefully the next color is a little quicker. I think what I should be doing is putting red on the minis before I put gold on the minis. I may have written down. Don't remember. So conversion ideas. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited to see your army, and I am considering grabbing that Mechanicum box set as well. I'm not sure if I will or not, but hey, Rat King, what's up? Need the basic infantry or the tank? I don't know if I'll need the basic infantry or tank, but if if there's something you have in mind, send me a message and let's talk about it. Because always happy to hear ideas, if nothing else. It's funny how the infantry in Heresy, the cheaper they get, the longer they take to paint. What I've noticed, like points wise, the cheaper they get. Like these Auxilia, I think, are 5 or 6 points a model, and they take a lot longer than my Legionnaires that are 10 points a model. Then I'm almost positive those Mechanicum little zombie dudes will take a lot longer than these guys. I'm doing great. How are you, Rat King? Chilling and painting some more Heresy stuff. Only paint like 300 Auxilia for one list. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah. That's why those Legion Auxilia rules are so good, because it allows you to ally in like a small force and just take advantage of a couple rules. So I can get by with 20 or 30 infantry and just have a little, 500 point force or something go along with the rest of my Marine force, and then they integrate really well, and the rules really complement actual army. So that's good. I like that. I do not have Magistus Amon. No, his mini is expensive. It's like a $90 mini because they gave him a base with a rock on it. It's crazy. Yeah, he's cool. His rules are pretty cool. The thing you don't hear about people taking him much because his rules are very specific to a very specific play style of Thousand Suns, which is a lot of recon stuff, things that come with Shroud naturally, and yeah, that whole play style, which normally when you see Thousand Suns, you don't naturally wander into that play style. Yeah, because a lot of his big bonus is his Warlord trait, which gives units like extra Shroud. It's like units with Shroud or units in Infiltrate get like a really good Shroud save. Um, but yeah, and then overall, like he's decent. He's got like a one-shot ranged weapon that's like okay, and he's pretty decent in melee. But he is a telepath psyker, which is I think the best psyker discipline by far. 19th, my chef class at the local community college start. Oh, that's cool. Being a chef sounds exhausting, but that's what you're passionate for, man. It's great. I love to cook. I could never be like a chef in a like an actual kitchen. Want to operate a food truck, American burgers, in Ho Chi Minh. Oh, really? I bet that'd be super popular. American food seems pretty popular around the world. As like a maybe like a gimmick kind of thing, but yeah. Sounds awesome. Great night. How you doing? No food trucks in Ho Chi Minh. Really? That's crazy. That's cool though. Good luck, man. That sounds like an awesome dream. I really hope that works out for you. Still can't go to work. That sucks. Are you getting a little better though? Hopefully you're feeling better. I want a burger. Don't. We can't start talking about food, guys. Do it. Much too early, and I'm not eating after stream, so. It got worse. Oh, that sucks. Well, hopefully soon. Oh, sorry, Racket. Yeah, he can see your comment, but yeah. I end up having to reply to like stream elements or whatever, right? I'm not sure what colors to paint all this like different equipment some of these guys have. Probably something to figure out after we get the red on these minis. Alright, 10 down. 13 left. Got to order some Grey Knights. Got Patrol. Very cool. Very cool. Sounds good, dude. I had overnight oats for breakfast. I ended up being it's growing on me. It's 190 to go. Yeah. So many Auxilia. Might be able to do this batch all in one. I buy another box set of this infantry. I'll probably break them down into groups of 10. Just paint them 10 at a time. It feels better working faster through, you know? Should have had breakfast, yeah. I have to. The overnight oats were good. I had Greek yogurt in them. Almond milk. What else? Peanut butter powder. Good stuff. blueberries. Set up on its chest. I'm not sure how to paint this, so we'll paint it in with this gold first. See later where we want to proceed. I'll probably look up some pictures. A little more detail vibe on. Before the Solar Auxilia came out, these plastic ones, my idea was going to be eventually 3D printing. I had the minis picked out to 3D printing kind of like guard proxy minis with more of a kind of a desert theme, like a light desert theme. But they're very like professional looking. Really good set of STLs, and they were fairly simple minis. So I was going to print those, and my Prospering Spire Guard were going to be militia. I think is what they originally were in the lore. But these plastics came out and I liked them, and then they kind of changed the lore that they're the Prospering Spire Guard or Solar Auxilia, so I just kind of went with it. Well, I can get some cool plastic minis, and you know, maybe one of these days I'll print out some of those guard minis. Paint them up as the auxiliary to the Auxilia. It's one crazy backpack. Don has a picture of his necromancer. Oh, nice. Yeah. They're cool terrain sets too, Don, if you're still hanging out. Very cool stuff. Bought a smoothie blender to make strawberry banana smoothie. Added blueberries and orange juice as well. Tastes great. Yeah, I love making smoothies. I normally have a smoothie / protein shake some point during the day. Yeah, the terrain and the necromancer and wait, the lady on the giant pink bear. That's a necromancer. Is that what that is? That's incredible. The terrain in particular, it looks like it printed really well. Your wife's enchanter. Okay, nice. Yeah, I saw there's so we have like a little ninja blender that does like, you know, the individual portions and stuff. So I'll make my favorite thing is to use frozen strawberries and blend them with milk and like put other things, and you basically get like an ice cream, like an easy ice cream substitute or whatever. Because I am obsessed with ice cream. But I saw Ninja makes a new thing. It's actually like an ice cream maker, but it's a blender that just blends from like the top down is how it works. But it says it can make ice cream out of anything. And I've read tons of stuff online that it's amazing. It really is. Like, you don't have to have like, there's no like rock salt or anything. You basically just fill up a little pint-sized cup with your ingredients and you freeze them overnight. Put them in the blender. So kind of want one of them. Ninja Creamy. Yeah, it's the Ninja Creamy. Yeah, is it good? What's your? It's loud, but it's good. Okay, that's fair. So no late night ice cream making then, right? That's what you're saying. No like 3 a.m. ice cream trips. Yeah, and a big thing is my wife has a lot of food allergies, like a lot of really random food allergies. So we're really careful about the things we eat, and the fact that I can put, or we can put, literally any ingredient she wants that she's able to eat and make an ice cream out of it is a big deal, because for the most part, I don't think there's an ice cream out there that she can actually eat. Apples, and more apples. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. Greenleaf really wants some apples. That's it for scan. Yeah. Next one. Start this brush since I put paint on it already. Streaming on the weekend? I said nope. It's probably been 2 or 3 years. Starting to rethink this. You want to get back into streaming? Is that what you want to do? I'm having fun with it. I stream 4 days a week right now. It might go up to 5 days a week here when the school year starts. Hey Yoshi, what's going on, man? Days a week, 580 days a year. Yeah, there we go. I feel like I was doing that for a little bit. I was streaming 8 times a week at one point last year. So, that meme isn't all false. Or the brush lickers. No, we don't lick our brushes here. We don't do that. Yeah, because my old schedule before last September, I was doing my Sunday night and I was doing a Thursday night stream. Game looks super fun. Would you try Death Wizards then? Yeah, I was doing 2 to 3 days, and it was Sunday and Thursday evening. And then there was a channel point redemption to get me to stream for 6 hours straight. And I would do that on Wednesdays during the day. And I decided to try, I was like, you know what, here's what I'm going to do. I was like, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to try to clear out a ton of minis I have. And I'm going to paint 5 days a week. I'm going to stream during the day. It was like 4 hours, like this schedule, 10 a.m. to 2. But it was Monday through Friday. And then I'm also going to do my normal Thursday and Sunday night. So I started doing that, and oh man, the getting to stream on Thursday night was rough. After streaming all day and then getting back on to paint more, it was rough. And so I cut out Thursday, and then I was like, all right, 5 days a week is a lot. So I kind of cut out Fridays. No, I cut out Mondays to give myself like a day to get certain things done, because I realized there were a lot of things I had to do through the week that I had been doing, and I just like ended up neglecting. So I gave myself Mondays off, and then the summer hit, and my family's all home. So I've been streaming 3 days a week, and then Sunday night as an extra. Angson could probably play it too. Okay. Okay. It's you're facing against like an AI opponent. Is that what it is? For the Chive Gaming channel, a few other mods. We all started streaming, then life happened. Yeah, that makes sense. That's how it works. Okay, 10 more. Myself started doing painting and gluing Warhammer 40k. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff. Sigmar. Break from it, watching your streams. Go back to it. Hey, there you go. All right, Snooty. As fun as you make it. That's the thing. And if you're not having fun doing the hobby, then you know that's not worth doing, right? Some things are a bit of a chore. Sometimes a bit of a chore to paint minis. I watched you pick a necromancer type. Yep, bring X amount of undead with him. 4 goals, 3 archers, zombie 1 each. Permanent enemy AI. You got 2 paladins, 2 priests, and a villager. Okay. Yeah, and it uses D10s. Gotcha. Started 3 years ago. Okay. I did something. Yeah, I understand too. Like, yeah, things happen. Life happens. You get busy. Lose your motivation. I did that a lot through my time in this hobby. And I pretty much dropped Warhammer and miniature painting for a couple years. I was playing other games and I was like, I just didn't like 40k. Warhammer Fantasy was dead, so like wasn't getting into any of it. And so I ended up selling Warhammer, a lot of 40k armies and stuff like that, and then Middle Earth minis and Star Wars Legion. Those are the two things that actually got me back into painting and like into the actual, like painting side and like hobbying side of the hobby. Back in like, what, 2019 or so. Super fun. AI has charts and specific activation order. You roll to determine their actions. You activate Necromancer every time. 4 points of undead per turn. Oh, interesting. Okay. I know there's like a lot of different classes and stuff of Necromancer, so you can like specialize around it. Someone's interested in Middle Earth. Middle Earth is a lot of fun. If you have access to a 3D printer, Middle Earth is even better, because there are a lot of really good creators making STLs out there for like entire Middle Earth armies. And the game is a lot smaller in scope too, so you know, some armies only have like 3 or 4 different minis in the entire army. Others have a lot more than that, but yeah, and you don't need as many miniatures per army. Even some of the biggest hordes might run 50 models or so. Yeah, Lord of the Print is one. Davale Games, maybe. My favorite is Medbury Miniatures. Planes, as a kid, World War II, then nothing for 45 years. Yeah, there you go. Got into minis in retirement. Hey, that's cool, man. Glad you're finding something to do in retirement, though. That's great. Staying productive, right? Brought my first resin printer. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. The Printing Goes Ever On. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, there's a lot of good Middle Earth printers out there. But there's another one. Well, those might be some of the bigger ones. Printing Goes Ever On is really popular. Like I said, I like Medbury. Medbury to me captures the feel of like the GW plastics the best. The GW like minis, metals, and plastics the best. But there's subtle differences. Like, you got the minis, people don't care. The minis are also a lot simpler to paint. Yeah, it is noon. It is noon. Tornado Sirens being tested here in Ohio. Son is into watching Star Trek and Star Wars. That's cool. Well, another game you might be interested in, no, that's fair, is Star Wars Legion. Star Wars Legion is fantastic. They just got a rules update too. Kind of like a second edition. They refuse to call it a second edition, though. It's funny. It is definitely a second edition. But they made the game a lot more Warhammer-esque in scale, whether you like that or not. As far as the rules are concerned, with like numbers of minis on the table. But I think there were some decent improvements in the rules with the second edition, and they have a years of minis they've already announced that are coming out. So basically, a lot of the stuff that's currently in the plastic resin, like some of their older Rebel and Imperial releases, are going to be re-released in plastic, which might actually get me into starting like a Rebel Alliance army, even though I already have droids and clone troopers. But hey, DC unit, what's going on? Fancy seeing you here. Hope you're doing well. Painting some solar Auxilia. Got 23 of them on the table right now. Going through this color, I got another 7 to put this color on after this guy. And this is white gold. It is a base coat that'll go under a red contrast paint. They're going to look super boring for a little bit, but then we get some of the red on them when we start getting some of these other colors. They come together really nicely. Eventually get washes and highlights and kinds of cool stuff like that. Weathering powders. Cool bases. They're all on temporary bases right now. Legion, actually trying to get rid of mine? Oh, are you? Okay. Are you just done with the game, or are you, not like the new rules, or what? Okay, working through here. 7 more. I need more paint. Just hardly play it. That's fair. Yeah. I haven't played Legion in a couple years. We did a league locally. Jumped in these leagues a couple times, and there was a team league, and some friends of mine kind of begged me to play. I was like, yeah, I'll join, and then they made me the team leader, and I was like, seriously? Okay, whatever. But we played this league, and I had one of the weirdest experiences I've ever had in any miniature gaming ever in this league. With some really like poor attitude people, to the point like people that know me in person I think Zen can probably back me up on this. Like I'm a really like chill person, very agreeable. I don't like you like conflict. I'm quiet. I like to keep to myself, kind of thing. I'm very much like that. Uh, I was pretty much yelling at this dude in my local store. Like after all was said and done, like I was raising my voice. I was very upset, like and telling him about all this stuff, and like in public in my store. Fortunately, it was like a weekday morning and it wasn't busy, but I just couldn't take it. It was this weird thing about I was playing a droid army, and I hadn't played Legion in about a year prior to that, so I was just jumping back in. And so what I do, I look up like, hey, what's good? What are people using? Cool, I'll try that stuff. I wanted to buy a bunch of minis to kind of update my army. So I bought stuff, and I took a general that I really like, who is Kalani. He's like the coolest droid. And oh yeah, I think he felt it too. Yeah. Well, I messaged the team leader on this other team and set up our game, and the guy starts talking about, like, in Discord messages, about how, well, he's like, well, none of us play Kalani because he's just too good, so we don't play him, like we don't use him. And I was like, okay, that's cool. That's my commander. Like, I decided on him at the beginning of the league, and I have to use him in every list. So I don't know what you want me to do. But and he just went on and on about how Kalani is unfair and the army is broken. Droids are too broken, so his group doesn't play with them because they're too good. They just don't play, a lot of droid armies and stuff. And I was like, that's cool, bro. Like, can we just set these games? Yeah, Kalani's OP. I know, yeah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, can we just set our matches up? Like, it was like frustrating me already. Um, so we set up our matches, and I matched with a guy on another team. And apparently, it was a group of three dudes that all played like at someone's house, and they heard there was a league going on, so they decided to join in. That's great. They're like broadening their horizons, I guess, the wider community. I start messaging the other guy. He starts going on and on about how Kalani's OP and I don't play Kalani. And I was like, dude, what? Like, what is up with your group? Like, I'm sorry you're offended that I'm playing. I said, and I told him, I was like, you're playing in a public group. Like, not everybody's beholden to your weird, like, your weird group, like, I don't know, system or whatever you have. But he just kept going on. He's like, well, I know I'm gonna lose because you're playing this the Ranch Renegades, yeah, because you're playing this character and all this stuff, blah blah blah. I was like, whatever, let's just get this freaking game over with. So we're playing a skirmish level game, which a normal game's 800 points. This is 500 points. And I was like, well, okay, so the way Kalani plays, he's a trash character. He's just really good at like buffing up other units and stuff, and good like the command level. So I'm like, well, I'm taking a tank because this is my one damage dealer in my army, especially at this point level. Well, the dude sees my tank when I start setting up, and he like freaks out. He's like, there's no way I can destroy that tank. He's like, it just isn't fair, blah 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 blah. He took like Count Dooku, who's like a really good Jedi or like Sith or whatever. But so we're playing our game, and he also took Cad Bane, and like two characters at 500 points. A little crazy, but anyway, it's not the point. I shot at Cad Bane, and I caused like 4 of his 5 wounds with the tank, like the first turn. He put the dude in the open. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm going to shoot him if he's in the open. Well, he's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm just done. There's nothing I can do. Like, I'm gonna lose. I can't do anything against tank. So I freaked out. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you dragged me all the way out here to play a game to give up after like 2 activations in the first turn. I was like, I'm not the one that put my own character out in the open to die. And I was like, and you're the one that's playing in a like, you're playing a public league and you're crying about things being OP. That's part of the game. Like, play the game or don't. I don't care. Like I'm tired of this. Like your whole team has been like messaging me and complaining about my army, and he's like, "Why did I didn't know they were complaining?" I was like, "Yes, they were though. Like I know you guys sit here and you complain about this stuff." And and I was so mad. So eventually, yeah, the guy apologized. I'll give him that. He apologized. He's like, "I'm sorry," you know. And I told him, I was like, you're playing in a group with strangers. Like, this is not you guys dictating what other people get to do to have fun. Like, you can choose to not play in the league if you're gonna if you play in a group that exclusively plays things that aren't good, and that's how you want to play. That's fine. Play in your own group. Don't play with other people that actually want to have fun with other things that you don't like. And he eventually apologized, and he decided to continue the game. Back to your basement, nerd. Yeah. This dude looked like he was like a short king Viking too. He had like a huge beard. He was like 5'2". Anyway, that's beside the point. It means nothing. The basement boys that just going all in here. So we continue the game, and by some crazy flukes of straight up luck, the dude ends up winning. And by like crazy flukes, I mean I shot at Count Dooku. Jedi have a 4-up save. That's what it amounts to. They have a red dice save. It's a 4-up save. All right. So you expect when you shoot someone that has 6 wounds and a 4-up save. I don't even know what that karma. What's that karma? What is the karma? He complains about losing, decides to keep playing, and ends up winning. Like, I don't know what that karma is. I hit him maybe 25 times. Hit his Count Dooku model, who sat in the freaking open, was in the open, no dodges, nothing to get around like the damage that was being thrown at him. I hit him at least 25 times, and the dude saved 24 of them. 24 times. Count Dooku lived, and what do you know? He came in and he killed half my army. His Cad Bane mini, he was crying about almost dying on turn 1, lived through the whole game, because I ended up spending entire turns trying to shoot Count Dooku, but he wouldn't fail his saves. So, like, he had that one mini live, ended up rolling my army, because my army doesn't do well in melee. And then that was the game. Yeah, so mad. Probably the worst experience I think I've ever had in tabletop gaming. In my 20-something years. Go to round 2 and had a blast. Yeah. Oh, you're round 3. That was against the guard player, right? Zen? Oh, no, you're talking about the TTS thing. Sorry. Yeah. It's in a whip of the cavalry. Oh, cool. Yeah, look at that green. Nice. It was a good dude. If there's one thing I'm really good about doing, even in competitive settings, is winning a game, playing a sore loser opponent, they decide to quit, I convince them to continue the game, and then I lose. So, yeah, I've done that multiple times. I used to do a bunch in Armada. I was like, you idiot, you need to stop telling people to continue. If people concede, just let them concede. Just trying to be a nice guy. Tell people like, no, you got lots of ways you can win. You can keep going, you can win. And I end up like losing. What talking means bringing over all my minis to your house and losing. You know what, Zen? I'm glad that that's your worst experience. You know, I will take that L. If that's your worst experience in gaming, I feel like you have been properly sheltered from the community as a whole. If that's the worst you got. Oh, Yoshi, I have played many Apocalypse games. the 15-hour slog to get through two and a half turns. Oh no, you guys know my apocalypse story about my Titan? I had a Titan. Do you guys know that? I got a story about that. Telling you accept their conceit, we should play. Yeah, that's the way to do it, Mydro, yeah. Yeah, strength D weapons are stupid. So here's my apocalypse story. You want to hear more angry painting dad stories? This is before I was the painting dad, though. This was the painting single guy, I guess, with no kids. Not single, just not married yet. So anyway, I had a play group. It was a bunch of friends. The painting dude. There we go. That's perfect, Mydrol. Thank you. I'm glad you're here, man. Had a group. It was a group of friends I kind of grew up with. As friends with as teenagers. There were like 8 or 9 of us, and I had been playing miniature games for a while. And me and 1 or 2 other friends of mine, but somehow we kind of convinced like 7, 8 other people to jump in and play Warhammer 40k with us. This was back in 5th edition, so all the way back 2008, 2009, that time. Yeah, it was 2008. This happened in 2008. I remember the specific reasons. But so a bunch of people get into Warhammer. Well, a big thing in 4th and 5th edition that came out was Apocalypse. Apocalypse was a whole book supplement. It was incredible. Bring all your minis. They had formations you could pay for to take like themey blocks of units that would get like a crazy bonus, but you paid a couple hundred points for the formation, but still like it was a way to like thematically put minis on the board. We bought the Apocalypse templates. What we decided we would do, the first one we did, it was like the end of summer. All of us were either going to college or going back to school or something, and so we're like, end of summer, let's do an Apocalypse game. So we bought the book, we bought the templates, we got our armies together, we tried to make some terrain for it, but we did a bunch of things like that. And yeah, we played an Apocalypse game. We decided we were gonna go all night. We went and grabbed food real quick at like a takeout, like Chinese takeout place. Got back, we started like 6 p.m. At 7:30 a.m. the next morning, we just called it. It was like turn 2.5. It was crazy. Like, took forever. But we're all just hanging out and chatting the whole time. It's wild how much time it takes to do all that stuff. But we decided to do another one. We're like, yeah, another one. Okay, let's plan this. And we decided we were going to do it New Year's Day. And we were going to start early in the afternoon and just go all night on like January 1st. So it was my first semester of college. I get back from my like winter break, my like December break, and I decided, I had found on Daka a papercraft template. It was about 25 sheets of paper that you print out, and you use it as a stencil to cut and make a Lucius pattern Warhound Titan. I don't know if any old timers remember this template floating around, but I found this and I was like, you know what? We have all the points in the world. I'm gonna make myself a papercraft Titan. So they tell you there's instructions included with it. It was just a free like PDF like downloadable thing. The sheets that print out on like the 8.5 by 11 were the exact size that you needed. Like all the pieces were the right size. 3D printing, but yeah, for like 2008. So I went and I bought for sale signs, like those plastic wobbly for sale signs that they recommend. I bought wooden dowel rods of a certain diameter. I can't remember the diameter, maybe 1/2 inch or something. And I bought this particular adhesive that they recommended. All of this stuff at like Michael's or something. I went to and bought all this stuff. Maybe cost me $15 worth of worth of stuff. I then spent 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks, and me and my wife were dating at this time. She would come over and hang out. I would sit at my desk, and I would be making this Titan while she like watched TV. That is what I was doing the entire time. For this like 2 straight weeks, I would like leave my room to eat, and then I would sleep, and then I would build this Titan. That's all I did. I built this Titan. I built this thing. I painted it. It was painted pretty well, but I painted it in the classic like blue and yellow like Lucius pattern look or whatever of the Titan. The Lucius pattern is the more boxy looking one, by the way, if you guys are curious between the Lucius and the Mars. There is a picture somewhere in the background in a photo on my PC. I can't even like, I'll have to dig around and maybe try to find this, but I never like sat there and took pictures of it because people didn't do that back then with all their minis. I don't know. I feel like that's more of a recent phenomenon. I've been taking pictures of everything and showing everybody, but yeah, maybe I'll try to dig up a picture sometime and post it. But 2 entire weeks of my life. I don't know how many 100, 200 hours I put into this thing. I don't know how many hours are in a week, but get it painted up. I was so pumped. I was ready to go. I show up to this Apocalypse game, and one of the guys, 2 of the guys that were on the other team were brothers, very, very crafty individuals, but one of them played guard, and there was another guy on their team that played Eldar, and they all decided they were going to make their own Titans too. Okay, so I spent 2 weeks of my life, built this Titan. I painted it. It looked like a Warhammer Titan. It was not of the same quality of the resin print. So don't get me wrong. If I find this picture and show you, you're gonna be like, yeah, that thing's made out of like plastic or cardboard or whatever. But you know, it was reasonable. One guy shows up, the Eldar guy shows up with a Revenant Titan, you know, like the Eldar Titan, the big like skinny lithe one, made out of K'NEX Legos. Not like glued or painted or anything, he just took the K'NEX pieces and he made his Titan out of it and just, you know, build a Lego set into a rough Titan looking shape. It did not look like a Revenant Titan. That's, I guess I should clarify. Another guy, okay, and the 2 brothers, being the crafty cheapskates they are, they decided they wanted a ton of guard tanks, and so instead of buying the guard tanks and, you know, having guard tanks, or buying, you know, some historical tanks that might have been more acceptable, they used K'NEX Legos. And they just made some squares out of K'NEX and made like a little simple turret. And they just made like 15 different like basilisk and like Leman Russ type shapes out of K'NEX. I was so furious. I spent 2 weeks of my life doing nothing but building and painting this thing. And and these guys like spent an afternoon like putting K'NEX together. Didn't bother to like change the colors. Didn't bother to like match colors to make it look like it was something, you know, that would be in the army. It was literally just like squares of like pieces of K'NEX, like tubes connected in like a turret kind of shape on the top. So, you know, I kind of cried foul about it, about like this, you can't use Legos for Warhammer pieces. And then the group that I knew and loved, they start arguing, well, yours isn't a real Warhammer miniature, so it shouldn't be allowed. And I was like, you're gonna compare these two things? Like, you took 10 minutes and put some Lego sets together in like a really poor way. So I decided I was going to use my Titan. Like, whatever. Do everything I can to destroy everything of theirs. So what I did was I had actually made a third weapon for my Titan, even though Warhounds only have 2 weapons. I was like, if you guys are gonna play like that, I'll play like that. I took the third weapon and I just sat it on the top of the Titan, and I said it's a Reaver Titan, and it has all of the Strength D blast weapons. So there, Eldar Titans can't stand up to Strength D blast weapons. And I spent that Titan's entire battle targeting nothing but Connects minis and blowing up crappy Eldar Lego Titan, and yeah, and Connects shaped tanks. Yeah, so furious. You know, and like our whole group's attitude was pretty similar to that too. I mean, we were all like penny pinchers and everything, like trying to save money on stuff. So that's fair. And looking back on it, like some of the blame is like on me, right? Like I'll take some of the blame for it, because our group, like, yeah, everybody's so cheap, but everybody is so competitive that it wasn't enough that I had a Titan. To me, it was better that I show up and surprise everybody with a Titan, right? Like my team knew I was building it, but nobody on the other team knew. So if, you know, instead of being like, hey guys, look at this cool hobby project I'm doing, it was more like, I'm gonna bring a Titan and win this apocalypse game that has no bearing on anything in my life. So, you know, that was kind of the attitude of the whole group, right? Warhammer hobbyists in general have gotten a lot better about that attitude. You know, when I play games, I talk to people about what I'm bringing. I try to make it known, and a lot of the groups I'm a part of for different games, it's, you know, you send your opponent your list ahead of time, and if there's something you feel like is going to be unfun or too strong or weird or out there, you talk to your opponent about it and you ask them, you know, like, hey, is it okay if I bring this? You know, like, is it cool? Like, I just want to put this mini on the table. Is that fine? Like, please bring a counter to it. Bring something so it's not just gonna like blow your army out of the water. You know, like Primarchs in the Horus Heresy, or Super Heavies in the Horus Heresy, or Dragons in the Old World, or, you know, those kind of things. So, you know, I have grown a bit since then. That story is always like a salty point about me feeling like I wasted, you know, possibly hundreds of hours. I don't know, a lot of time. But yeah. Yeah, go. So you have a great one, man. Appointments all good. Everything's good, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Hey guys, lesson is, don't play like that. Just tell your opponents when you have something crazy you're bringing, especially when it's like not a tournament. Welcome in, Retired 11B. Thank you for the lurk. Play on TTS. Want to find a Lego tank, put it on the field. I will flip the table immediately. I just want to let you know that. There is a button for that on TTS, and it will be used. Yeah, I mean, I remember between the Titan also, me and a buddy, Kill a Cam actually, if he ends up jumping in, he's probably gonna jump in now because I mentioned his name. But we spent weeks also making terrain for this whole thing. We were never able to get it all painted, but we did make a ton of ruined buildings out of foam board. So we had like half the board was like this crazy ruined city that was really cool. I kept that terrain for years. I might still have quite a bit of it, but yeah, it's all of that, and then it's like Legos on the table. There's a button to flip the table. Yeah, I do. Yep. Don't mess with me. I will flip the table, cry, and leave. If anybody's just tuning in, hearing me complain about all these things, these gaming stories, those are 2 stories over the course of almost 25 years of gaming. So I don't have a lot of negative experiences. Just 2 of the more notable ones. I have met and maintained some of my best friends through this hobby. The ones I have, I nurse. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It just like boils to the surface every once in a while, right? Like I forget about that Star Wars Legion dude all the time, and then we just talk about Star Wars Legion. I just talk about like oh, the last time I played Legion. Oh yeah, it was that League. All of the One Piece game. Oh, okay. Thanks, because I know so much about One Piece. Cool. Is One Piece like Dragon Ball, but there's just like one thing they're looking for? Because isn't Dragon Ball they're looking for like Dragon Balls, right? Isn't it like a thing? Or is there just one Dragon Ball? Because it's not Dragon Balls, it's Dragon Ball. Sure. Zen, you would know. You know anime, dude. Don't act like you don't. Is a pirate treasure hunt. Oh, okay. That's like 1,000 episodes. Z Prime years old. You should know there are 7 that must be combined. Okay, I didn't know that. Does it give you like a wish? Isn't it like a wishing thing? Like you get all of them and you get a wish, right? Please tell me it's a wish. I thought it was a wish. Yeah, you get a wish. Yeah, oh, that's so goofy. But yeah, okay. Okay, one more guy with this color. You know, Zen, I have no idea if that's correct or not. And I don't feel like questioning it. It's 1,114 episodes for One Piece. Yeah, no thanks. Listen, man, I'm watching Dragon Prince, and that show's intimidating at 6 seasons of 9 episodes each. Oh, it really is. That it is. Okay. Anime's weird. There's an emperor named Pilaf, like the rice dish. I'd go for good rice pilaf right now. You guys ever watch those those videos of it's like in Uzbekistan or something, and they're just making like the giant rice pilaf? It's like, yeah, it's for a wedding and it feeds 500 people. There's like deep frying goat for 3 hours. The pickles, I'm hungry. Yeah. This is Rugrats. I think I've seen one episode of Rugrats in my life, and it was that one. And me and my brothers, it's like we never had cable growing up. So me and my brothers saw that episode, and we would quote that to each other all the time. That is the only thing I know from Rugrats. A lot of the names are food references. Nice. Guys, I think my anger stories about the hobby have fueled me to get through this. This is the last mini already. I already have the base toppers printed for these guys, and they're already glued to their bases, their respective bases. So when I'm ready to do the base toppers, it'll be real easy. Which will probably be when these guys are done. I'll just use these miniature holders to put those on and paint real quick. They're small. Vegeta, Kakarot, Nappa, Raditz, Broly. Okay. Huh. Ryder's just hungry or something? Getting paid enough to eat. Man, I don't know if anybody cares. I mentioned this to Zen, but yesterday I won the gold stakes for Balatro, my first gold stakes run. I was really proud of that. It was rough. I did it with a pair. That was my hand. It was just pairs, straight pairs, not doing anything else but running pairs. Okay, white gold is finished. So core are named for undergarments. Oh, that's great. Okay. Anime is weird. Anime is super weird. All right, this is the goal, the end goal for these minis. I'm gonna look at what color we're doing next, and then I'm gonna take a quick break. Okay, so I have some of this out of order. I wrote down my color scheme, and this has me doing rich gold next, but I don't think I should. Unless I prepared for this. Let's see. No, I didn't. I need to do red next. So we're gonna do some red after this. After I get back. Yeah, that's where we'll be. All right, we're back. There's no music? Oh no, there's no music. It's the worst. Okay. Been doing nothing but talking calmly, Zen. Jump scares on you. Okay. We need red. I believe it was Blood Angel's red that I used. Yes. Okay. Let's start with that. Okay, so this red might take longer. Than the gold did. Gotta be careful. All gonna look really bright. Everything's gonna get washed down and highlighted eventually, so won't be too bad. Probably not finish this color today on stream. I'll try to finish it tonight. Okay. There's the red on the first guy. Just 22 more to go. No big deal, right? Yeah, doing this red first is the right call. Gives me some leeway to make some mistakes and not have to take a whole extra step correcting it, because I'll just paint over it with the next color. We're watching Fairy Tale. Okay, nice. Which red? This is Blood Angel's red contrast. I purposefully did not want to use my usual red on these guys. I wanted them to be different. Simply can I hear the tails and wings. Yeah, like a lot of weird angles and stuff. Is that what you're looking at? I can get that. Wingtips sometimes snap on the spear. Oh, that's so frustrating. Yeah. That's like the Dark Eldar experience for assembly. Like the connection point is bigger than the actual piece. Sybil, yeah, yeah. I feel your pain, Loki. I feel it. Those are slightly more finicky with the arms. Yeah, yeah. Those are also much older minis too. So I'm sure they have the more simplicity to them, even if they're have their own issues. Okay. Next one done. It probably would have been easier thing to do for these minis. Doing this gold layer in contrast. And to really find just a metallic red color. Sounds like something someone like Turbodork has, but Turbodork paints are a little finicky too, so maybe that would have been more frustrating than time saving. The guys are putting red on our minis. That's all exciting. All right. Banner guy. Using contrast over silver. Yes, this is the actual colors I'm using. The base color is Pro Acryl White Gold, which is a little bit of like a warmer silver, basically. And then I'm using Blood Angel's Red contrast. This is a different recipe to my normal Thousand Suns color scheme. That's kind of on purpose. I don't want the Solar Auxilia to look exactly like my Thousand Suns. I don't think that's appropriate for these mortals to enjoy that same status. So, same technique for your Votan. Oh, nice. What colors did you use? Have you got pictures? Show me. It's including the base, 14 pieces including base. Yeah. That is one of the things Loki, like 40k minis, they end up with so many pieces to like a simple miniature. But the Heresy seems to be going a bit in the opposite direction. Like, I think these Solar Ox were like 6 pieces or something for the normal troopers. Maybe 7 pieces. No, okay. I'll just straight up say I lied about that. There's the only thing that's kind of weird are their little shoulder pads or separate pieces. But they are very modular, and I feel like the kits are very easy to assemble. The sprues are well laid out. Things are easy to read, easy to see.
I believe every day's a good day when you paint. I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart.
Holy crap. Loco TV, 233 people, welcome. Zygarde Macophis.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Gabriel, I don't know some of these names. Thank you for the follow. Welcome, Loco. How are you doing?
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank
you so much for the raid. Thank you for the follows, guys. Not guy. Motlysis. Thank you for the follow. Welcome everybody. I'm just sitting here chilling in my own little bubble. But yeah, what's going on? You know my pain. What's wrong? What happened? No. Did I do something? I hope I didn't do anything to offend anybody. Welcome to my little stream What were you up to? Is that Lauco or Loco? How do you pronounce it? He painted a Glotkin. Oh, cool. That's super cool. Loco. Okay, Loco. All right. Like Loco, like crazy Loco. All right. Very nice. Well, thank you guys. Welcome everybody. Painting Glotkin. That's really cool. I am just chilling. I'm the painting dad. If you guys aren't familiar with me, I chill and paint. That's what I do. We relax here. I'm just chill and chat about boring things, I guess, and paint minis. I am working on some Solar Auxilia. And these are going to be Prospering Spireguard. I'm working through some base colors right now. And we're working on this red for these minis. Do I have kids? Yes, I am the painting dad for a reason. I do have a 7-year-old boy. His name is the Painting Son. He sometimes chills on stream and paints minis with me, so. Yeah, these are Solar Auxilia, and I am using these for Horus Heresy, so. Yeah, he streams with me sometimes. Yeah. He doesn't have his own channel. We don't let our 7-year-old have Twitch. Yeah, I live in the, I don't know, great state. I don't know if it's a great state. The state of Ohio in the US. Some people call it a state of mind. I don't disagree with that. You have space overlords? No, the yogurt took over years ago. We've been prospering ever since. You just don't hear about it. Ohio, yeah. A couple years ago, kept driving, didn't miss much. No, there's not a lot to miss. To be honest, Ohio is like full of just like rural areas and farms and everything, and they butt right up against cities. And we have some pretty cool cities here. But yeah, it's not amazing. Yeah, when someone says OH, yeah, it's like a physical response to just say IO. Literally anywhere you go, if you do, that's what people do. It's wild. You get dox the Painting Son? Yeah, I totally dox the Painting Son. Yeah. Yeah. Well, glad to see everybody. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming to support my channel here. As I paint.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
A Solar Auxilia and try not to make mistakes. I will show you guys after this mini. I'll show you guys what my intended result is when they're all said and done. They won't end up looking quite like this. Legend Valley east of Columbus twice. Okay, interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. Waiting for the Necrons to take over? Yeah, it can't get any worse, right? So. As they're flaying the skin from people in the streets. Everybody else is like, yeah, okay. And then with this. Big dinosaur statues. Okay. Over on the left. It's 109 degrees. Yeah. We just got a little cold front, so it's a little cooler here today, which is nice. It was up in the 90s here. But we're down. We're down a bit. I think it's like mid 80s right now. I gotta go mow grass after this stream, so. Colorado and nice. Safe from the hurricane? Me? Am I safe from the hurricane? A hurricane in these parts in a number of years. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about any hurricanes, so hopefully I'm safe from it. I don't want to be involved in a hurricane. Doesn't sound too pleasant. We don't have weather here in Ohio. Right? We have the occasional storm and then some tornadoes sometimes. Gets mildly cold and mildly warm. All right. That's centipede weather. All right, so here was my test mini. This is kind of my intended result. My Auxilia here. So I do have the bases. These are base toppers I 3D printed. They'll all go on these bases. Yeah, and so weathering. I have 23 in progress right now. Yeah, I had 2 test minis. I had and then there's one the big commander. I can't remember what their commanders are called. But the big HQ guy. They'll all be the same. Yeah, they're part of my army. They're the Auxilia to my Thousand Suns Legion. These are the Prospering Spire Guard. It's the bright reds and golds. Yeah, sandy bases. I think I wouldn't want to make the same mini over and over again. Oh, really? Yeah, I paint armies. I'm a full-time commission painter, and what I do is I try to keep things affordable for people. So I do a lot of tabletop standard armies for people. And I try to paint quick, try to get minis to people pretty quick. But yeah, that's what I do. So I don't typically paint to an amazing high level that a lot of people you see on Twitch painting, but I do a lot of I try to do a nice tabletop standard. I'll show you here. I painted a tank yesterday. I painted about 3.5 hours. A rhino for somebody as an Emperor's Children, also for Horus Heresy, which is nice. Painting lots of Horus Heresy. Hey, let me finish this guy and I'll show you guys this rhino. Quite proud of this one. Quick paint job. Already hit Florida. I was going up the coast. Oh, okay. Gotcha, Loki. You to Painting World? Awesome to hear people painting armies for a living. Yeah. It's cool. I've been doing it for a couple years. I enjoy it. I kind of combine this with with streaming on Twitch and everything, and make a little living for myself. It's been great. It is the most low stress job I've ever had, and painting is something that I've always enjoyed. So I get to combine relaxing my relaxing hobby of painting with a job. So it's really cool. That's why you had the 3-day weekend. Okay, that makes sense, Loki. All right. Yeah, I remember you telling. Okay, you were mentioning that yesterday. That's right, or Sunday. Oh yeah, Loki. Yeah. Oh, that's a pet name for. Oh no, this is gonna get real awkward real quick. This guy. Yeah, I paint armies for people, so I ended up painting a lot of minis at one time. This is kind of what I do, so. Sometimes it's a lot of fun. Sometimes it drags on forever. Pretty difficult, but what it is. I love painting my own minis too. I own tons of money, tons of minis, tons of armies. I play a lot of miniature games. The great state of NL of Netherlands. Am I crazy? I can't think of an NL. Netherlands sounds like the only NL I can think of. Go on there, that's okay. You're Dutch. He's Dutch. Alright. Well, I just want to say, Loco, that I have never met a Dutch person I haven't liked. I've met a weirdly large amount of Dutch people on this Warhammer channel. So, you guys are wonderful. Alright. Switch you down. My tank. Alright, you guys want to see this Emperor's Children tank here? I painted this in 3.5 hours, like I said. Start to finish. This is it. I was really happy with the gold, but the purple I think is gorgeous. I love this purple. Yeah, no transfers or anything, but it's very clean tank. It is Emperor's Children, who are known for everything being very pristine. But yeah, pretty simple. These doors were resin pieces from Forge World. And otherwise, it's just a plastic Deimos pattern Rhino. So, yeah. I liked it. It was fun to paint. Turned out pretty well. So I'm going to send that off to by the end of the weekend. And then tomorrow, I'll be painting some Tau. So I have some Tau stuff ready, including, I got Commander Farsight here. It's all base coated. On top to man the main gun. Yeah, so it comes with the pieces to do that. Where you have the hatch open, you can put the hatch open. You have someone there that's like actually holding that multi-melt or whatever. But for me, it was like, hey, this is a quick project. When you fit it in, can you just fit it in? And like I assembled the mini. I just did it with the hatches closed because painting miniature on top of the entire tank is just, it's a lot of extra time. So, but no, it is definitely possible. I've done it with some of my own tanks. Show my Magnus. Yeah, I'll pull out Magnus one of these days. I'm not going to, maybe I'll get him in a little bit. I don't know. Depends. If you guys want to see my Magnus mini, I'll go get him, but my Magnus the Red. I spent probably
First of all,
15 hours assembling him.
Thank you for allowing me back into your home.
And another, I don't know, 25, 30 hours painting him. A lot of unfinished project. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. That's a hilarious name. Yeah, and I did use an airbrush, Loco. I have an airbrush. I don't consider myself very good at an airbrush. For me, it's not so much like a. I don't use it for any like details or anything. Occasionally, I'll use it for some highlighting on something really big, but otherwise, it's a priming, base coating, and varnish tool. That's what I use it for, and it saves me tons of time, and you get a much better result than using like a rattle can or spray paint. That'd be sweet. Okay. All right. Give me just a minute. Let me finish this dude. I'll go get Magnus. He's in a little box right now. I need to, a little display box. I have to get him out because it doesn't have like anything to actually like hold the box shut. So I taped it at the bottom. I'll get him out to show off. The Space Wolves put him in the doggy kennel. Alright. Chill out, Zed. Take that back. Red isn't taking quite as long as I thought it would. That's nice. Trying to avoid the areas we've already painted. And then our base colors will correct our mistakes from earlier as we continue on more and more colors. What I tell people is painting minis is just correcting your mistakes until you're happy with the end result. That's all you're doing. Could sleep to this music? Yeah, there we go. Just keep it on lurk if you're gonna fall asleep, please. Thank you. I actually hate the sound of my own voice, but people say nice things to me, so I keep streaming. Okay. I will be back. Yeah, I do think everyone hates their own voice. I agree with that. I'm gonna grab Magnus. I'll be back in just a moment, guys. Alright, so I got him off his case, or took his case topper off here. I'm always nervous this mini is just going to fall and shatter, but this is my Magnus the Red, Primarch of the Thousand Suns. Did a little starscape on the inside of his cape. I was quite proud of that. That was an idea from someone on stream actually when I was painting it, but I was like, yeah, I'm totally doing like a starscape. Got the back of him there, and he's throwing magic. So if you guys aren't familiar with these Horus Heresy Primarchs, a lot of them, this is actually display base that he's on. And what he has, let's see if I can remember which piece this is. No, it's been too long. Yeah, okay. There's a piece right in here. Oh yeah, okay. This thing actually pops off. Part of that magic there. That piece will come off, but he actually comes out here for gameplay. Come on, it's a tight fit. There we go. So this is his actual gameplay mini, and he's only on a 40 mil base because old school Warhammer. Sorry if that's out of focus. Yeah, the scenic bases are really cool. I'm really proud of his cape. His cape is probably the thing I'm most proud of. Has some cool blends even down at the bottom of the cape, and The feathers I'm really proud of, and then obviously the inside of the cape was really cool. But yeah, that's Magnus. A mini. Spent a lot of time on this mini. Let's see if I can get him in. There are some Space Wolf pieces on here. There's a Space Wolf shoulder pad down there. Try this. We're gonna try this live. I've never messed with any of the other Primarch minis, but I hope the rest of them aren't as annoying to get into their scenic bases as he is. Do we get that? We get that quick. Gotta rotate it. He's pointing to where the fire goes. There we go. There we go. Alright, we did it, guys. And then there's this piece. And no, it's in a different. It goes in this way. Been a while since I've messed with this mini. He's just been sitting in this container. Okay, there we go. Cool. We got him. This thing, like I said, this is about 15 hours just to assemble this mini. I did it in sub-assemblies. Yeah, please steal that idea. It's an incredible idea. I was really happy with it because it's like it's so Magnus. Just to like being so like incorporeal like he is, and you know, changing his shape at will and like understanding beyond like anybody else, and then so he's got the cape to prove it. Yeah, the assembly of this mini was crazy, especially being resin. It's very fragile, and I had to pin a lot, and even then a lot of stuff broke like just while I was painting him and stuff, so to be real careful with it. But I have this nice little, so he's magnetized on here. We're gonna set him off to the side to where I hopefully don't like smush him. And I'm gonna get back to these solar Auxilia. We're more than happy to act as psychic batteries. When my 1,000 Suns need to throw psychic powers and they fail, so they don't die, they just pass it on to these guys. That's their whole purpose. Yeah, I love my my 1,000 Suns army. Very proud of that one. And still tons more to paint and collect and everything. A code beast booster, nice. All right. You're good, yeah, with that, you know, kind of rearing its ugly head right now. So hopefully you're good. And you don't feel like crap afterwards. I don't know if COVID boosters are still, like COVID vaccines, still making people feel kind of gross for a couple days, but my wife got hers. She got both her like first dose and her boosters and everything. She'd be knocked out for a weekend. I got mine. I felt bad for like the rest of the day and was good the next morning. Kind of. You lost 100 pounds. Dang, dude. Congrats. That's awesome. Need to burn about 60. Yeah. I am currently a couple weeks into trying to lose some weight, and I am down 7 pounds. A lot of that is that like first week, like water weight or whatever that drops, but yeah, down 7 is nice. So I stream on Twitch and YouTube. Is it repeating? You're repeating everything? Yeah, thank you, Ghost. I appreciate it. Sometimes the bot's a little finicky, but what it should be doing is if someone says, I think it sometimes like double repeats itself. Oh, on screen chat. Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I have Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, so I stream on Twitch and YouTube. And one of my... I wanted to stream on both platforms, but I wanted people to be able to talk to each other. Because it'd be really annoying having two conversations on two different platforms at the same time. So Stream Elements has a bot that will post from one streaming service to the other, so people can read chat. But my on-screen chat, yeah, it repeats everything. I'll have to correct that. It'll be something to. Yeah, never realized it that honestly. I'm also a potato, so if there are issues that arise, normally it's Zendrall 27 that fixes them, or that tells me how to fix them. So, come on, dude, do something. Got a Sikra going on Balatro? Okay, whatever, man. I see how you abandoned me for Balatro. I understand. What deck? What deck are you using? Yellow. Oh, okay, you're going for the pairs? That's right, because I sent you all the jokers I used, right? Solid combo. I was doing a run last night. I was so mad. I really like the Abandoned deck, where you don't get any face cards. Because there's a lot of good jokers that like buff your deck if you're not using face cards, or like specifically don't have face cards. And I was killing it. I got some great upgrades. I had like everything was going great. I was working on just a pair, like that was my hand, was just pairs. And the final boss, I didn't have a reroll, but the 8th anti-boss was it was one that it randomly shuts off a joker every hand. And so what happened is I couldn't get all of my bonuses that I needed for my hands to actually kick off. I just lost tons of points. I didn't even think I got halfway to the total score and lost. Change it up a bit and get it first. Yeah, part of the thing about painting 20 plus minis at a time is it gets pretty boring. Especially if you're hanging out and you want to see like a lot of progress happen. So like I painted that tank yesterday. It was great because I was switching colors a lot. And someone could leave in the morning and come back in the afternoon and they could see that like the thing was practically done. Doesn't happen when you're painting this many minis. Also, the two colors I've painted today that I'm working through are very much the time-consuming colors. Let's go a lot quicker. Any of you guys play? You guys play any tabletop games? Some of you guys said you're getting into painting for a few months or whatever. But yeah, just wondering if you guys play anything. I play a lot of mini games, like a lot. Like Monopoly. I do play a lot of Monopoly actually, but I have a 7-year-old who loves Monopoly, so we do play a lot of Monopoly in our house. Sometimes my son refuses to play Monopoly with me though. Hate your son. No, we have a lot of fun with it. Yeah, there's sometimes he gets upset when he loses, but there are other times where he can legitimately win. The one he always has the best chance of winning if we're all like playing, you know, like a legit game of Monopoly it's called Millionaire Monopoly. It's a much quicker version of the game, and that one comes down a lot more to your dice rolls and like where you land and everything. But yeah, he wins that one probably more often than not because he typically goes first, and Monopoly is always skewed to whoever goes first has a higher chance of winning. But there's not like the time to recover and to like plan your strategy and all of that. It's very much like fly by the seat of your pants, and then someone gets their $1 million and wins. Like there's a whole legitimate strategy, Millionaire Monopoly, of just not buying any property. You just save your money, and as you pass go, you just collect money and you win. The rich get richer. That is Monopoly in a nutshell, though. That's what the whole game is. The whole game exists to show you how bad capitalism is. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a way for everybody to win at Monopoly when they play. It's just no one buys any property. If no one buys property, everybody wins. Like, and everybody exists. Everybody earns money. You will end up with more money than you started with if you don't buy any property. If no one buys property, but as soon as someone starts buying property, it's over. Like you have to play the game like that. Yeah, don't play the game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. No, see, the thing is, mathematically, the chance cards, there's no chance card that takes $200 from you. The worst that can happen is you go to jail, but even then, jail just delays your time earning money. Because the biggest chance cards and like community chest cards that take money from you are cards that that deal with like taxes. Like you own so many houses or hotels, and you have to pay for each of those. Those are the ones that have you paying more than $100, and I think otherwise, the worst chance card is $100 payout. Most of the time it's $15, $20, maybe $50 or $20 to each player, something like that. But yeah, by the time you get around to go, you replenish all that money already. Right. Yeah, that's the whole point. Is yeah, as soon as someone starts buying someone, it ruins that whole strategy of everybody wins. And that's the beauty of the lesson the game teaches you. Is that one person's greed ruins the paradise for everybody. It's like when you hear about like economic systems, you know, like every economic system is a perfect utopia until you factor in like human nature, you know. Like communism is amazing on paper because nobody owns anything, everybody shares, everything works, people live in communes, you know. Everybody gets along, but the problem is people are greedy and the human condition and resources are limited. So like it ends up becoming a problem, a social problem, and that's when you get struggles. Yeah, same with capitalism though. Like capitalism is perfect because, in theory, because rising tide lifts all boats. Competition makes things better and cheaper and higher quality and all that for everybody, and everybody benefits and everybody has the opportunity to excel and all these things. But in reality, we see how lots of rich get richer strategies when people that own the businesses get together to fix the pricing on things or make things of lower quality or lie about what they're doing, pay for the government to give them preferential treatment, that kind of stuff. It makes the system not work. So yeah, Monopoly is a very, very good teacher of that lesson. Not that my 7-year-old understands that, but keep it easy, secret commie, yeah. Whatever, man, I've been called worse. Can't reach it. Okay. Get him. Yeah. Worst thing's been called the painting mom. Yeah. The painting mom doesn't exist. We do have the painting wife though. The painting wife is my wife, and she will occasionally jump in a stream. It's been a while since she's been in a stream though. When she streams with me, it's probably the funniest streams we have. Doesn't have to work for the common good market. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Groovy. It's like every the theory on every like economic system makes them sound like utopia because it's a theory, but then it's like once you get into human nature and like reality of things, like you definitely see the cracks in all the systems. Yeah, theories are perfect in a vacuum, yeah. And that's the thing about communism. I think communism is the one that requires the most cooperation between the most people, which I think is the reason you see it fail in the weird ways it fails, more than anything else. Because it's like the moment one person isn't on board, like the whole system just collapses. It ends up becoming, like authoritarian dictatorships and stuff like that. Anyway, I enjoy Monopoly. Yeah, we have several versions of Monopoly. Monopoly Millionaire, like I said, is probably our family's most played, but we also like Star Wars Monopoly because we're big Star Wars fans. And we have like the old one from the 90s. It was my wife's growing up. Still play that a bunch. Hot takes all over this week. Oh yeah. What I'm here for, man. Chill painting and hot takes. But no, I play, let's see, I play Warhammer 40k, Warhammer 30k, Horus Heresy. I play Middle-earth, the strategy battle game. I play Warhammer the Old World, Star Wars Legion, and Star Wars Armada. I did play Star Wars X-Wing a little bit, but still have my minis, my collection. Yeah, a lot of stuff. Paints minis, plays Monopoly regularly, and Star. Yeah, we are huge nerds. Yeah. I don't think my son understands that nerd as like a word. It like was like used to make fun of people. He's just like that's what we are. Like, yes, we're nerds. My son might end up being the strange kid at school, though. We'll see. In middle school, they taught us that too much socialism or too much capitalism will fail. Yeah, you have to have balances between things. Yeah. Took me too long to find pride in that word. Yeah, yeah. Well, and Don, you're even like, okay, I'm not, okay, this is geriatric Twitch. We'll just admit it. Old people come and hang out in Warhammer Twitch. It's what it is. I am old for Twitch, but I'm only in my 30s, so I guess I'm not that old. But even my age, like, I played Warhammer since I was like 12 years old. I hid it from everybody. Like when me and my wife started dating when we were teenagers, because that's who we are. We're one of the people. But I didn't tell her that I like painted minis or played Warhammer. Not a peep about it until we probably dated for more than 6 months. And I swear, I was like, she's gonna see this and she's gonna be like, this dude's a loser, and just like drop everything and just like leave. And she didn't. But yeah, for a long time it was just like, yeah, being a nerd was like the worst thing you could be. I'm old for old. So yeah, 63, almost 64. Yeah, see, I told you guys, we got geriatric Twitch here. I don't mind it one bit. You guys are all great. Okay, we are over halfway done with these, which is surprising. I do want to say, because I have a lot of things I have to do this afternoon. After this guy, I think I'm going to call this stream today, but we can totally raid out. And I don't know if Zen is hanging out in stream, if he doesn't mind finding somewhere we can raid. We'll bring all you wonderful people into somewhere else. Amethystine. Oh, cool. Yeah. Let's go raid Amethystine. She's so nice, guys. She's a fantastic painter, too. You gotta ask her to see Sweaty Magnus. That's just what you have to do. She painted a Magnus. It's like Beach Magnus, and he looks like he's just dripping sweat off his pecs. It's wild. What was that, Sonny? Yeah. You know it. Haven't broken a hip yet. Hey, there you go, Joe. All right. The little things, Let me get my ear horn. Oh man, my dad started wearing a hearing aid, and he's in his 60s. He got a hearing aid. He was so excited about this hearing aid because it's like a Bluetooth hearing aid. So it connected to his phone, and he was like, "This is great. I can talk to people on my phone through my Bluetooth." The problem was nobody could understand him on the thing. I don't know if there was a speaker on the hearing aid, or if he had to hold his phone up to his ears or something, but he wouldn't do it. Just keep his phone in his pocket and just answer on his, like, push a button on his hearing aid, and then no one could hear him. So as a mini intervention to get him to stop using that function on his hearing aid. I just don't think he wears the hearing aids anymore. Over it. Blown out 2 discs. Oh, technically the same disc. Ouch. Sucks. I worked in a warehouse for years on a reach truck and forklifts and stuff, so my neck was all messed up for a while. It's still not the greatest. Like, I strain muscles in my neck way more than I feel like a normal person should. But as bad as it was when I was doing that job. Law enforcement. Oh yeah, okay. Same experience with my dad, Joe. Yeah. My dad loves technology, which is cool. You know, growing up, he was always willing to set up the Nintendo. He was a guy who knew how to do that, or like he would, you know, he figures things out. He's a super smart guy. It's like, you know, you got to learn when to back off a little bit, right? Well, and I will say a couple things before we kind of end it out here. I do want to give a thank you in particular, and I don't do this often enough, but to the patrons, all my patrons, people that support me on Patreon. Yeah, your guys' support is huge. Everybody's support, you guys just coming to chill and listen and lurking is amazing support. But those patrons in particular, I really appreciate you guys going above and beyond to help me out and, you know, help me make this content creation thing more of a living and be able to improve all the stuff I do here. We do a giveaway every month. Last month I gave a bottle of Noosh Weathering Medium by Pro Krill. This coming month I'm going to paint a mini and give it away to somebody. You can enter that with channel points, which it's a channel point redemption, or or if you are a member of the Patreon at any dollar amount, you get an extra entry into the giveaway. You can enter as many times as you want, but Patrons get an extra entry for just being awesome, being patron members. So yeah, but we're doing that giveaway. I'll be doing that, actually doing the drawing at the beginning of September. So there's a month to enter and to get everything ready. But that's what I do. Let's look up amethystine. Okay, are we ready? Are you can you type that right in, please, Zen? I don't know. Okay. But yeah, give her a follow if you're not already following her channel, and show some support. Kind of give her that like painting dad community hello and friendliness. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you all tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. But yeah, bye everybody.